So welcome to this daytime episode. As you can see in my surroundings, we are in daylight again. This is my daytime project. This is where I'm challenging myself to capture 1 or 2 photos during the day and just doing something different from my normal long exposure photography. Now, I have something in mind. I have something that I want to shoot. It's this new hospital building that was built. It was an add-on to our original hospital. I want to go there and I want to capture a nice wide panoramic shot and stitch it all together and make it look really, really nice. Make sure you stay tuned to the second part of the video because that's where I'm gonna take the photo back to Lightroom. We're gonna edit, we're gonna put it into Photoshop, we're gonna stitch everything together, and I'll show you the process of everything I do. So we arrived here at the hospital, the new addition to the hospital. This hospital is a special hospital. It's helped my family out many times and it's helped many people out many times, and they do a really, really good job here. So as I'm doing this, I do want to pay full respect to this place and just be respectful to the new building. That's also why I want to show it off, because it's a beautiful addition to the current hospital. So it looks like I came at the right time. Maybe a lot of people are at lunch hour or whatever it is, I don't know, but we're just gonna do as we do, and if it comes to it, we'll just have to ask for forgiveness rather than permission. I'm gonna take minimum gear. I'm just gonna take one lens and then a filter just in case it's a little overexposed because of the aperture I wanna shoot at and the shutter speed I wanna get it to. So we're just gonna take one filter, one lens, and the body and the tripod just to get the shot. So the shot I saw when I was driving by, was a wide, and it was from the outside perspective, but I don't want to show the barricaded cones that they have. Let me show you. I don't want to show those cones, so I'm going to find the position where I can get the shot. I have 2 options. From the distance I'm at, I can just get it in one shot, but I'm trying to think bigger and I'm trying to think more definition. So which is why I kind of want to shoot it in multiple shots to get it and stitch that together. We're going to do two edits on this one. The first edit will be the one shot. The second edit will be the panoramic, the stitch photo. And the reason I'm doing 2 shots is I'm really curious on the outcome of it. What's going to be the difference? How is it going to look at the end? Okay, there's my first shot. Now we're gonna go with the panoramic. So my settings are staying on, everything's on manual, everything's locked in. I don't have my autofocus on either, that's off. My white balance is set to my white balance is set to 58K. And now I'm gonna leave my lens at 50 mil and we're gonna take the entire shots. That's gonna do it for all the photos. We got our 2 sets of photos. We got one still, one wide of just the whole structure. We got the second set will be the panoramic. Now we're gonna take those 2 photos, we're gonna take them back to Lightroom. We're gonna see the difference, see what pays off, what works, what doesn't work. Let's go. Welcome to the second half of this video. If you stuck around this far, thank you very much. So at this point, we got the photos loaded in Lightroom. And like I said, this project, we're doing 2 shots. The first shot was a standard wide, nothing fancy, nothing over the top, just a good wide shot of what we were trying to tell. The second shot is a panoramic in a way, but more of a stitch photo where we took a bunch of photos of the building at 50 millimeters and we wanted to see what the difference is, what the comparison is. So right now we're gonna edit the first photo. So the first photo, what we're gonna do is I'm going to enable profile color corrections, just so I can get that blur out. Next we're going to, I wanna mess with the white balance because it's a little orange. So that's about good. So now we're gonna mess with the settings. Okay, I'm bringing my contrast. Oh, something I do like to do on landscape photos is strong contrast. It just really adds character to it. So now we don't have to, we can just readjust these settings. See where it takes us. And I'm gonna bring up the clarity just a bit. bring up the vibrance heavy. So now I'm gonna mess with my colors just to bring up, see what I can bring up, make it pop just a little more. Yellows, just a tad of saturation on the yellows. Red, let's make that, just give it a bit. So now the blues, we're gonna bring it up. I do wanna give it some, let's just bring it out. Let's just make it pop. I was afraid of bringing it too high to make it look too cartoony, but that's okay. It's making this photo, it's just this visual effect that we're just getting sucked into it. Greens, leave it alone. Aqua, leave it alone. I think that's it. So I'm gonna go to my tones and I kind of want to adjust it. Go a little bit there. Mid-tones, go to the blues. Just about right there. And the shadows. Go back, go back. All right. Right there. Ah. Having trouble getting to the point that I want. All right, there we go. So this shot was at 100 ISO, 24 millimeters, f8, and 3/20th of a second. Looks good. I like it. It's clean. Tells the story. Tells us what we're looking for. So now what we're gonna do is, I like this settings. I like this look. So I'm gonna take this exact settings and I'm gonna copy it to all the panoramics. So now we're gonna edit the panoramic photos or the stitch photo. So my ISO is at 100 f8, 52 millimeters, 3/20th of a second. So we're gonna copy the same settings from this photo and we're gonna copy it all the way to the last panoramic photo. You're gonna right click, you're gonna hit develop, synchronize, sync settings, sync it all. And there we go. Okay, everything's exported from Lightroom. So now we're gonna bring the stitch photo into Photoshop. So how we do that is we go to File, Automate, Photo Merge. And I said this many times, this program, this software that Photoshop does, amazing. Leave it on auto, let it do the work. It's very smart, very accurate what it does. So our photos are loaded, we're gonna hit okay, and this part is gonna take this part is just gonna take a little bit of time. It's just gonna start evaluating all the photos and then stitching everything together. So Photoshop merged everything together and I had this extra photo, that's what it does. That's why we take extra photos. This is why I take extra photos. I took a bunch of extra information on the bottom, the side, the top, and then over here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna crop everything and just build it how we want it. Get rid of all that bottom, bring it low. And then we're gonna have to cut it there. I do kind of like that tree there. So we're gonna bring that in. About right there. I could get rid of the tree and get more clouds, but I don't know, that just doesn't sit right by me. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep the tree and keep it wide about right there. Just bring it up just a bit. So there we have it. That's our stitch photo together. 19 photos. I like it. It looks, it tells the story of what we wanted to tell. The building, the parking, the beautiful sky. It told that whole story. So now we're gonna compare the two photos and just to see how everything looks. So this is our wide photo, the one we took at 24 millimeters. I like it. It works. It's simple and it tells the story. The parking lot, the new building, the beautiful sky. Then we have this photo, the 19 photos that were stitched together. Again, it's a beautiful cinematic wide shot. It tells a story. There's a lot of detail in this shot. If I had to pick, it's really hard to pick. I always gravitate towards the wide because I love that vision, that view. It's a beautiful aspect ratio that I'm drawn to. personally I'm drawn to. Tell me which one you would like. Do you like the stitch photo or do you like the standard wide photo? I would love to hear what y'all think, your feedback, anything y'all want to say. It's much appreciated. Hit in the comments. So we'll see y'all next time. Peace out.